And the biggest thing you can do is download these films, show them to other people, explain to them what's going on, please. Over at prisonplanet.tv, now they're archiving all my shows. Over at the INFOWARRIOR.com, all the podcasts are being made available. I had somebody contact me the last couple of days. He tried to upload my show to Google Video, and they just took it down twice. Why? Well, Google Video, I don't know if you've noticed it, Mark, but they have really, first of all, they were in beta in 2005. We're in 2009, they're still in beta. They used to have a top 100. They don't have a top 100 anymore. They used to have links to the top hot videos, the most blogged, the most shared, the most viewed videos right on the top. Go to Google Video, guys. Can we bring that up on the prisonplanet.tv? All that was readily available. Now you have to type in the URL. There are no hot buttons. They show you about 15 videos that aren't ranked that they think that you might want to see, and that's it. And you know that Google is the biggest powerhouse on the internet. There's no reason that their video system should be in beta after 4 years. It's another form of control. There it is right there. Notice, guys, there's nothing under the Google Video search bar anymore. There's nowhere to click on hot videos, top 100, top 10, most shared, most blogged, nothing. And that's because they want to restrict the information that is coming into your brain that you're able to view. Too many people went to Google Video, saw it was on the top 100, and got interested. Loose change had too big of an effect to ever let that happen again. That's why they froze my fabled enemies count. I was number 1 and number 2 in the world in the first couple days. I was number 1 on September 11th. They just pulled it. That's how they roll. And that's why they're trying to demonize Google Earth. That's why they're saying the infrastructure isn't going to hold up. It's all about bringing in this new tyrannical internet where you will have to have a subdomain page. You will probably have to thumb scan to get on it so they know who's on the internet. And then you will be able to surf the internet, the corporate internet. Okay, businesses will have websites, you'll have subdomain pages. Universities will have websites, you'll have subdomain pages. It is a total restriction on our freedoms and our liberty over the World Wide Web, which has just caused information to flourish. It's why I'm here today. Without the web, I don't think I'd know what was going on. I mean, would you, Mark, without the web, would we really be here talking right now, warning people about what was going on?
Ooh, I'm not sure. I know that I did a lot of my research by purchasing a massive amount of books, and this was before Google Video, before YouTube. There was a lot of stuff on the internet, but I just didn't trust it, so I just went out and purchased every book that I had seen anybody reference regarding the New World Order. But I actually found Alex Jones by downloading a Verichip video that he had done on the file sharing networks, and I had learned of the Verichip probably maybe in 96. I knew that that technology was coming out. I was a senior in high school in 96, and I had always known that the Big Brother system was coming, and I was doing some research on the Verichip, and that's how I discovered Alex's video and finally found Infowars.com and had come across his material. So it is incredible that for months on end, when you logged on to Google Video, that the top 100 were always Patriot videos, Terror Storm, Endgame, From Freedom to Fascism. So, yeah, they're doing their best to make sure everybody doesn't learn about that. And I think that the listeners to the show, I'm sure that their awareness level and their education level is a full variety. We have people that have probably been into this for 10 years, for 20 years. We have new people, a lot of young audience that's really new to this and wants to know. So I think it's valuable that we maintain an awareness and a network of people who can provide answers for the questions that people have. And it's interesting that we often reference The Matrix, the film, because the esoteric symbolism in that film is amazing, and maybe we can talk about that too. The Wachowski brothers definitely know about the Illuminati, but there's a part at the very end of the first Matrix where Neo says that these people don't want to know, that they can't, they really don't want to know the truth, and they're not ready to know the truth. So I just want to congratulate everybody that's listening to the show for being ready, for wanting to know the truth. And, maybe we can discuss these. I get emails every once in a while from people accusing me of being a Jesuit mockingbird and accuse Alex Jones of working for the Vatican and for Israel and Mossad and even you, Jason. And it's absolutely ridiculous. And I think the more that you listen to Jason and you listen to Alex, you can hear that they're legitimate, that they're bringing you the best and most accurate information that they can. I mean, Alex endorses my book. Alex sells my book. I talk about the the Catholic Church and the pedophile problem, and I'm certainly, anybody that knows me knows that I'm no fan of the Catholic Church, and I think the Pope will ultimately be the false prophet in the Book of Revelation. But I mean, just because he doesn't hammer on this, and Jason doesn't hammer on the Vatican is at the center of it constantly all day. I mean, you have Tex Mars on. Tex is certainly no fan of the Catholic Church, and Tex married Alex and his wife. I mean, so people that are new to this, that are looking for answers, this is the best place. And Alex and Jason aren't going to be 100%, but they're certainly not going to make anything up, and they're not going to exaggerate. They're going to source the best that they can. And I think I heard when I was coming onto the show, somebody was talking about, I think maybe our discussion last week about how I include some exaggerations and some frauds of Bill Cooper in my new book. And I'm sorry, but if somebody's going to bring about some information, it should be accurate, and there's no need to fabricate things and exaggerate things to get people's attention. People accuse me of making things up and being a media whore because I say some fairly outrageous things, but everything that I say, I believe. I say that the Fox News anchors dress like prostitutes, and the New York Post picks it up, and I'm not making that up. I think that. I mean, you look at it; they dress like prostitutes with their miniskirts on, and it's fascinating. So, I just want to thank Jason for having the show, and for all the new listeners that are here. This is the place, and this is we should be really thankful for this platform.
Well, thank you, man, and I agree. I mean, we are trying to. That's the thing. Alex and I were trying to be honest. We're trying to put the most constructive information out there, and when there's a problem, we try to confront it. That's what we're doing. We're trying to be honest, and I don't know if you knew this, Mark, but there is a new Zeitgeist movie out. It is not Zeitgeist Addendum. It is the Zeitgeist Movement, an activist guide, and it has an 83-page PDF file along with it. Now, I have not seen this whole thing. I've only watched the first 15 minutes today. I perused the PDF file, but it really has a lot of the things in the second movie that I don't really care for. I mean, this idea that we're going to go beyond a monetary system, that we're going to be some kind of socialist society where everybody's going to be creative and we're all going to live in houses that will last forever and energy that's free. To me, that all sounds great, but the elite that control things are never going to allow that for the common man. In fact, it is their dream to bring that about after they cull the population by 80 to 90% and create a serf class. So my main problem is, his end is the same as their end, only he's making it sound like we're going to be a part of it. I've got news for people. We are not going to be a part of it except for to be buried in the dirt or burned in a mass fire. That's it. We're not part of that dream world, that utopian society that's presented in Addendum. It's just not reality for us. These elitists want the same exact thing, but it's only for themselves, Mark.
What's going to happen, and I'll touch on Peter Joseph's Zeitgeist Venus Project pipe dream, technocracy dream in a second, but ultimately the Earth's resources have been tapped. The infrastructure's built. There's warehouses full of metals, full of every kind of good that is imaginable. So all the manual labor, most of it has been done. And so all they really need to maintain the structure that's built now is a maintenance force. It's like if you have a house built, there's a lot of people, a lot of stuff going on, but once the house is built, most of the workers go home, and the owner of the house will slowly maintain it here and there. And so that's what's happening, and that's what the Georgia Guidestones are calling for, a population reduction. We always throw this number out of 80%, but it's really more like 90, 95, because the Guidestones call for a population reduction down to 500 million. So that's almost 6 billion people that they want to eliminate, because they think that we're just going to now use all the natural resources. And what Peter Joseph doesn't understand, or maybe he does understand, and he's just muddying the water, and I analyze his film in my new book, he doesn't understand that there has to be some sort of a medium of exchange. And it's interesting that the Zeitgeist Refuted have such a huge fan base, and even aside from his attack on Christianity, his movie is absurd because we need a medium of exchange, and there are certain jobs and tasks that the machines, the robots, just aren't going to do. I mean, people have to have teachers and researchers and educators, and there's certain things such as rare artifacts that are going to just have some kind of a value because they're rare, and you can't duplicate that. And so how does that fit in with his whole nobody needs to work, there's an abundance of everything? Well, if there's only one Mona Lisa painting, obviously it's going to be worth something to somebody because it's rare.
And he also makes it seem like man in every way, shape, and form is inherently good, but that's just not the case. There are men out there that really are evil and are going to do evil no matter what the situation is. He makes it seem like evil is just going to disappear from the planet because everybody can eat and live happily. That's just not the case.
That scarcity, his whole thing is that scarcity is the reason for crime and for all of the mess that society's in. But that's not true, because look at the Illuminati. They have an abundance of everything, and they still want more, and they're the most ruthless, just absolutely deplorable human beings on the planet. So you can't stop what they're doing or that mindset. They already have an abundance of everything. That's why they like to go to the Bohemian Grove and rape little kids, because they have some sort of a sex magic ritual that they